All right. Now, one of the objectives in the first objective in the lesson in the syllabus on the respiration ask you to explain the importance of breathing in humans. By now, you guys should have the definition that was given in the syllabus by the examiner. What I mean by the word explain, what is expected of you? The expectation you're supposed to give an account for or a reason for, right? Now, can somebody tell me what's happening in the picture right here? Can somebody tell me what's happening in the picture? Anybody? What is happening in the picture? What's the picture illustrating?
Some words, yeah, must say obtain oxygen.
Okay, Alia, somebody obtaining oxygen. Good. Anybody else? What condition could this person be experiencing?
Could be having a lung failure.
Lung failure. Okay. Any other one? Anything else?
The person could have asthma.
Could have asthma. Good. All right. The person could have asthma. Okay. All right about that. Okay, so here we have a chart talking about asthma. Okay. Now, as you can see, this, can anybody identify what part of the respiratory system could this possibly be? You have some muscles, yes, surrounding this particular airway. What part of the airway is this? Can somebody possibly identify it?
The trachea.
You sure about the trachea? You sure? You sure the trachea? Why you think it's the trachea?
Sir, because of the things going around it.
Yeah, but you don't think that they have those rings going around it for other part of the airway. Just the trachea alone have the rings? Mm. There's a clue, look for the clue. There's a clue.
So is it the windpipe?
No. Try again. There's a clue.
So the bronchiole.
That's correct. Because if you look at the end of it, remember at the end of the bronchioles, you'll find the what? Alveoli. So you guys have to learn to use the clues that are there. The clues are right there. So you have to learn to use the clues. All right. Now, what do you think is here? This substance, what this substance is right here? Anybody tell me?
Or is it mucus?
Mucus. Good. Excess mucus. Right? Now, when you're having an asthma attack, various things can cause asthma attack. And one of your presentations will be based on the asthma itself. Now, as you can see, when you're having in a normal airway, the space is much more wider. And I think once you start to have the attack, you realize that the person is going to breathe much harder because they don't have sufficient oxygen coming in. And this is the reason why they breathe hard because the airway gets what? Narrow, right? Everybody see that? Gets narrow. And each time it gets narrow and narrow, the situation becomes worse and worse. So you need to go to the doctor for them to do something to cause that airway to remove from its stage right here back to its normal stage. So when we start to look at asthma in depth, we learn more about what is happening right there. All right. So here comes another information. So every cell in your body inhales the oxygen and exhales the carbon dioxide, a process called respiration. So breathing is important because our cells constantly need a new supply of oxygen so they can produce energy. So that's the answer for that objective there. Without this vital oxygen, cellular function is impaired and damage or cell death is possible. So the answer to that is breathing is important because of our cells constantly need a new supply of oxygen. You got away because I was going to ask you to give me the answer, but I forgot that I had that coming up. So you can write it off if you wish. You got away. And while you're writing, um, hmm, all right, let's hold that back for now. When you guys finish writing, let me know, please. When you finish writing that, now from last week's class, which of the three is related to breathing? Is it osmosis, diffusion, or active transport? Who can give me the right answer? Which of the three is related to breathing? Is it diffusion, active transport, or osmosis? Who knows the answer? Nobody? You guys finish writing as it? Are you finished writing?
Finished writing, sir.
Okay, so what's the answer to the question that I just asked?
The active transport,
Why would you say active transport?
because active transport has to do with energy, and respiration move from a high concentration to a low concentration.
So hold on. Active transport is the movement of what? Huh? Well, the answer wrong still now. You have to try again. Alia, you want to give us the answer?
No.
I want to read over back on the notes after class. Alright, I have a plan for you. Yeah, man, I have a plan for you. Guys, you have to read over the notes. Here's going to be the plan. So before the beginning of each class, each of you are going to have to give me a summary of the previous class. And you know, I'm going to turn on the webcam. I'm going to have a look into the eyes. That means I'm not supposed to look for nothing. I read it off. You must give me a summary of the previous class. Bear that in mind. Okay. The answer is diffusion, folks. If you recognize that the statement that you wrote down, or the statements, it says the cells constantly need supply of oxygen. Why? Because they're constantly producing energy. They're constantly using oxygen. So therefore, oxygen on the outside will have a higher concentration than oxygen on the inside. They're always going to have the diffusion taking place right there. Movement of the molecules, the gaseous molecules of oxygen from the atmosphere, higher concentration, to the cells of a lower concentration. Please remember these things. All right? This is why it's necessary for you to be teaching the class, using the modules. They can use the information. You have to be intimately involved with the information, ladies. Because you don't know what the exam questions will be like. You have to be intimately involved with the information. All right. Let's proceed. All right. Now, you have heard about this definition already that states that, well, relate, that the word relate, the structures of the respiratory tract to their functions. Now, first we're going to identify just a few parts. You ask to identify. Can somebody identify this part for me, please? What's the name of this part here?
The trachea.
The trachea. Thank you very much, Alia. The trachea. So I have the trachea right here. Okay. Now, what's the function of the trachea? What happens inside the trachea there? Now, before going no further though, this information, let's look at this information that I placed on the board for you. It said the structure of something is determined by two factors. Its three-dimensional shape and the materials from which it is made. Right? Now, what do you notice about the trachea?
It's actually shaped.
It's a what? What do you call it? What is it? What is it? I don't hear you. What do you call it?
But C-shaped.
C shape. It have a C shape. It looks like a C to you. What do you mean C shape? Explain yourself. What do you mean by C shape? You want to show us something? What do you mean?
No, never mind.
Okay. All right. Now, let us speak about, if you notice, it is vertically, it's up, pointing upwards, right? Vertical. Also, it is hollow. It's hollow. So it allows air to pass through. So it is hollow. Now, is it narrow? You have to also find out if it's also narrow. Because if it's narrow, it means that the air pressure will be what? High. Good? To rushing down. So, and as you notice that as the trachea divides into the bronchus, and then if you recognize that the airspace starts to get more narrow, and even to finer branches, as you refer to the bronchioles, and those get narrow. In terms of physics, those help to maintain the air pressure. Good. Now, the trachea, though, apart from the the design of the trachea, can someone tell me what about the materials that from in terms of from the inside, what makes up the trachea from the inside? Can somebody tell me? The trachea is made up of something from the inside. Can somebody tell me? Some folks, you're not supposed to be teaching the class tonight, and you're supposed to be telling me information. You watch the video. I'm assuming that you guys watch the videos. If you don't watch the videos, then you now can't answer questions in the class. That's the reason you're giving the videos to watch, so you can be prepared to participate in the class. You must watch the videos, understand them, watch it over and over to get the full detail. That's why I get so much days for the assignments, ladies. You have to watch them. It's not movie. I mean, they expect you to sit down and watch 1 hour video one time. But as they watch part, you know, make it real to you. Think about what you get meaning out of it. You follow? Sometimes you can write stories then based on what you, if you want to properly understand the thing itself, you can write a story. You can pretend that you're a doctor at an hospital and you're educating your patients, maybe a smoker, to educate them. So just like how you were using the the models a while ago or things that you created, you realize that it causes you to a conversation to flow right in a straight line. So even when you're studying, have a little modules and stand up in front of the mirror and talk to yourself. Sometimes when you're studying, you have to turn, you get mad, you know. You know, ask yourself no question, no. So not really mad, just talk with yourself. Nothing wrong with talking with yourself. So please, next time you come to class, you must can answer questions. All right. But somebody, you have mentioned some of the words in the word chart that relates to the trachea. Can somebody tell me those words? Some of the words that were in the word list, it relates to the trachea. Can somebody tell me what the words are? Anybody?
Left and right bank line.
Well, you're talking about the branches of it. No. And the inside are referring to the interior of the trachea.
The made up of a windpipe.
Uh, well, that may be another name for it, but we're talking about the interior. What is it made up of? What materials helps to make up the trachea from the inside? All right, let me ask a
So
different
Long.
kind of muscle on us.
muscle. What kind of muscle?
I'm not sure I remember. So,
All right, let me ask the question a different way. What activity would the trachea participate
Breathing.
in? What activity? What activity does the trachea participate in?
Breathing.
Breathing? How so? How it participates in breathing?
That's connected to the lungs, and most of the lungs. Yeah. Check it allows air to pass. It allows air.
Okay, all right, that's right. But there's another activity though that the trachea plays a very important role in. Very important role.
Sir, it collect the dust and stuff like that before it pass through, before
Okay,
it reaches the lungs.
very good. That's what I'm referring to. Filtering of the air.
Uh-huh.
Good, because remember, on what part of the trachea participates in the filtering of the air on the
Yeah,
inside?
I remember at the moment.
It's three words you have to use. Three words. What are the three words? Nobody can tell me. That's why the word chart important. What are the three words? Hmm. So when I watch the video, when I make note, I never read it over. Yeah, Chevy, let me hear you.
So the mucus,
The mucus, yes. Where the mucus come from?
the cilia,
The cilia. Well, yeah, the cilia, yes, but where does the mucus come from?
that's and flamic something like that, sir.
But I telling you earlier, the goblet cells. If you're gonna mention how air is filtered in the trachea, you have to mention the goblet cells. You have to mention the cilia. I have to mention the mucus. Those three you must mention, right? So the trachea itself, it's so designed to have its own filtering thing. It has the cilia to sweep it. It has the mucus to trap the dirt and bacteria. Good. So a part of the function, one of the main functions of the trachea is to filter the air. Is that clear? Hello?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Good. All right. So now to be able to do that. All right. Um, Apart from the trachea, you also have the inside the lungs. There's a particular structure inside the lungs. I want you to tell me about it that cause it to carry out its function. Can anybody tell me that particular structure? Can anybody tell me that structure? Can anybody tell me that structure, please? Anybody? Inside the lungs, or inside the lungs now? And but question, does the shape of the lungs assist with the function? Can anybody tell me? Does the shape of the lungs assist with its function? Hmm? All right. All right. What they may ask you for in the exam, really, in terms of, might ask about the trachea. They might ask you about of course, they're going to ask you about the diaphragm, the alveoli. They must be able to use the characteristics of the alveoli to see how that relates to its function. Good. Um, what else? Nasal cavity, of course, as you can see, it is it is also hollow. It also participates in filtering the air as well, because it has also have the cilia there. Good. Then you have the intercostal muscles surrounding the thorax. You have to talk about these things. So people, you have to do better than that. All right, do better than that. Hopefully, next class, the next presentation, you have to use a model to teach. Give me a summary of respiration. So we're not going to do in the lesson. I want to make much of it. All right, we're gonna move on from here. I'm gonna spend enough time on that. You guys not giving me what I want. All right. Now, this is a very popular question in the exam. Why to describe the breathing mechanism. Now, what I have done is to create a concept map that you are going to help me to fill in. What are some of the terms that relate to the breathing mechanism? Some of the terms or words you'd use in describing the breathing mechanism. So they ask you a question like this. Remember, when we talk about description, you can use a combination of words and diagrams or drawings. Good? So let's go now. Can somebody give me a word that relates to the breathing mechanism?
Decrease.
Huh? What was our Chevel?
Decrease.
Decrease. Okay. What's that spell? Give me my next word.
Inhale.
Pressure.
Inhale.
Inhale.
Yeah, relax.
Relax. And make sure you're not going to use the words in
You
the
have contract.
contract. Okay. And make sure it's contract.
Increase.
What is increasing? What is increasing? That goes word here. Hold on.
You have internal intercostal.
Diaphragm was one. I never hear that one. They say why the word chart important because these are the very same words. What is diaphragm, please? I can't spell. A
R-A-N.
R-A. Okay. Third.
It's thorax.
I want you. Okay. Thorax. Okay. Right. So words that they can describe the increase. Make another place. I'm helping out in adding another thing to it. Is there another word we can use? Can somebody give me another word that we can use right here? That they might need to use in the description?
Exhale.
Exhale, okay. Any other?
Exhale would mean external intercostal.
No. That is the action, but that's not the noun. Intercostals are nouns. So exhale is an action. Is there another word that we can use?
Ribs.
No, you want to use the ribs? Okay.
Volume.
Alright, volume. Okay. Alright. Alright, let's see if we have sufficient words to use. So now we're going to put them together now. Which of these words would start off with first?
The intercostal muscle.
Why would you start off with that one first? All right, let me hear it. So okay, you're going to start off with that one first.
Am I right? Something, man. Let me describe it first and tell you when.
Okay, good. I think everybody should do that. Describe it first, using the words that you gave me. Don't read from the book. So I use the words that you gave me right here. Don't read from the book. I will know if you read from the book. When it sound too good to be true.
Sorry, stop that, man.
So now one picture in front of you. Each person must have a description